I am the incomparable King Richard, aka the God of Rap from Creative Minds Entertainment. That's KME. If you don't know, I swear you know now. The Tyler Perry Straw movie. Now, most of us of a certain age, I would say anybody that's 25 and up, have kind of grew up on Tyler Perry's production, whether that was the plays, whether that was the big budget movies, or even the TV shows. And while I do believe that Tyler Perry does pay top dollar to black people, which he should, because they are making his film successful, and we're supposed to be looking out for each other. I'm not going to even get into the conspiracy aspect of what he's involved in and all of that. I'm not going to get into all of that. But I'm going to just take it at face value and say the brother has done a lot of positive things for the community. And he really do got some good movies, some movies I rock with. Two of my favorite Tyler Perry movies, of course, the classic, Why Did I Get Married? They could have did a better job with the second one, but that's here nor there. Y'all know which part I'm talking about. Malik Yoba dying in the car wreck. Yeah, okay. The Family That Prays. That movie was great. Like, I liked everything about that movie, so you know what I'm saying. So Faith Philosophy, she did like a review of the movie and kind of asked people what they thought about it, and she gave a deep introspective dive as it relates to the culture and the history of bondage in America and religion. Let's check it out.
We also have the trope of humility over survival. In my opinion, this stems from the indoctrination of Christianity into African slaves once they were brought over to America. This idea of humility over survival, just being grateful for being alive and that you don't deserve much because you're technically born in sin. There's an older woman there, and she's like, you're going through it. Your life is hard, but it's always somebody's life that's harder. And being grateful is you stopping this right now, basically dropping what she's doing, not fighting for her right to take care of the basic necessity for her child, and to just give that up and surrender because, what you have should be enough for you, and really you don't even deserve that. That's how that humility over survival comes off. And I really think that Christianity plays a really big role in this, specifically because of how Tyler Perry pushes Christian rhetoric in his movies, and how I feel like Christians have this self-depreciating kink or something like that. Because like you can hear Christians talk about it all the time, like I'm unholy to God right now, I'm unworthy or something. Like it's just kind of weird to me, but that's their religion, so whatever. But like it definitely shows up in how this character that Taraji's playing is navigating her abuse and navigating her poverty. It seems like she's giving her last literally to a man. I want to say he was an alcoholic on the street, but like you need your money to take care of your child. Like it's just certain decisions that I feel like were made from this place of humility, but not necessarily on critical thinking and survival. But when you're indoctrinated to believe that you don't deserve and that you're unholy and born in sin and unworthy, then the little that you do have, you will give away to be blessed, right?
I've made no bones about my belief when it comes to religion. I was a Christian, raised in Southern Baptist and several other denominations of Christianity for like 75 to 80% of my life. So I lived in the church. I was one of those people that we went to church. We had a lot of fun. There were a lot of interesting things going on, both sinful and not so sinful. But I noticed that the aspect of the actual Bible and some of the sayings in it just didn't make any sense. And I noticed that even with my particular family, that's one of the things that we actually fell out about, is that when I came out and was very boisterous about not being religious anymore, and I was on fire because I found this in the Bible and that, and I was like, I never knew this stuff and all that. But I realized my family has a very slave-like mentality. I've always had like a free mind. I've always been different, a little left field. They don't think they're worthy. And they push that on to black folks. Like, oh, you just lucky to be here. You're lucky to have an opportunity. Like, you really don't belong anywhere, no matter how hard you work, no matter how great you are at it, no matter how much value you provide for others. It's almost like everything done for black America, or done where we succeed in black America, oh, there must be DEI. Oh yeah, you're here because of affirmative action. Yeah, that's what it is. You couldn't possibly be here. And it's like, without black people, there is no America in its current state. Ephesians 6:5 Slaves, obey your earthly masters with respect and fear, and with sincerity of heart, just as you would obey Christ. Slaves, right? Oh, it means this. You're making it seem like it means this. Okay, yeah, whatever. Deuteronomy 20:10-14. As you approach a town to attack it, first offer its people terms for peace. If they accept your terms and open the gates to you, then all the people inside will serve you in forced labor. But if they refuse to make peace and prepare to fight, you must attack the town. When the Lord your God hands it over to you, kill every man in the town. But you may keep for yourselves all the women, children, livestock, and other plunder. You may enjoy the spoils of your enemies that the Lord your God has given you. Let's try another one. Deuteronomy 22:28-29. If a man is caught in the act of graping a young woman who is not engaged, he must pay 50 pieces of silver to her father. Then he must marry the young woman because he violated her, and he will never be allowed to divorce her. Now, people's personal belief system is their own choice. I've said that a million times. I'll say that to the day that I die. You cannot have a rational, logical conversation about religion. You cannot have a open-minded discussion, no matter what they see in that book, right? And I noticed that a lot of the films that are given to us or that are in our culture, they can kill somebody 99% of the movie. Nothing but killing and drug dealing, prostitution, fights, the whole way. And that 1% gonna be some Jesus shit. I really didn't want to say that, but I had to say that to make it real for you. That 1% of the movie gonna be some Jesus shit. Some God shit. Some, hey,
I know what'll solve all these problems. I know what'll solve poverty. I know what'll solve discrimination. I know what'll solve systematic oppression and broken homes. You know what? I got it. Religion. That's it. The whole time. Duh.
how else could black people have gotten free from white people in America if it wasn't for religion? Duh. Why are we complaining about the circumstances in our communities when we can just pray it away? We can just pray everything away. Apparently, that's what these movies tend to suggest to us a lot of times. And it's not the fact that religious movies shouldn't exist, because they very well should exist just like every other genre of movies. But in our community, for whatever reason, they try their hardest to program us into being docile, weak, and like she said, just accepting being happy to be there. Like, oh, it's okay. You'll be all right. Just pray about it. It'll be all right. Drink some water and pray and take a nap. You can surely guarantee that you will die before any entity comes back. You can surely guarantee that. Just like you guarantee taxes. You can guarantee that. So I think it's time for our community to have more positive images, more movies and videos that have nothing to do with religion.